How can you stop a Prime Minister from speaking in Parliament? How do you subvert the decision of 1.4 billion people through a general election process to elect a Prime Minister? The Prime Minister does not have the right to speak. It must be remembered always, on occasions like the budget session of Parliament, the Prime Minister has a duty to speak. So how do you stop a Prime Minister from carrying out his duty? How do you stall the result of an election? How do you bring the Lok Sabha, the House of the People, to a standstill? Ladies and gentlemen, you may not believe it, but this has actually happened. The Prime Minister of India has been blocked from speaking physically, leading to the adjournment of the Lok Sabha in Parliament. It's a silly thing they have done, but actually much worse. I'm using polite language. The women MPs from the opposition come together and they surround the Treasury bench facing the Speaker, where ministers, including the Prime Minister, speak. It is an act recorded on camera, so they cannot deny they did it. The women MPs then stand right next to the Prime Minister's chair when he was not in the House, so that if he comes, they'll physically block him. What is this? Tamasha. They carry a long poster which has the Prime Minister's picture and, quote, "do what is right" written on it. All the other members of the opposition then come together, standing, raising placards and sloganeering. The Prime Minister is therefore, the chair where he's supposed to sit has been surrounded. And then these people have some papers in their hands which you wave at the Speaker. But the intention is clear. They have decided that they will physically confront the Prime Minister, physically stop him. I don't know if they would have done worse, but they will stop him physically from speaking in the Lok Sabha. So this is a physical blocking of the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. What is this behavior? What was achieved by doing this? By physically blocking the Prime Minister, was a single question answered. The surrounding the Prime Minister's chair and coming together and saying, we will carry out this gherao of the Prime Minister inside the House. Does it change a single policy or push in any positive direction? The question the people of the country must ask right now is this. The problem is that, in effect, the opposition in India does not have a leader. Rahul Gandhi, in the meantime, was outside calling a member of parliament a traitor, behaving like someone doing some street side trolling. It has become form over substance for the opposition. No one in the opposition wants to discuss or seems to be appeared intellectually or content-wise to debate the budget tabled by the finance minister. They can debate the fiscal deficit. They can debate the defense allocation. They can raise a number of issues substantially and make a difference qualitatively to debate, which is at the core of the way the country thinks. But no, they will not do that. They don't even want to debate the Indo-US trade deal. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, that today we have a situation where, with Rahul Gandhi's empty-headed behavior, the opposition has no agenda. In the first week of Parliament, just 4 or 5 days since the budget, they have no agenda. They have nothing to contribute. What is their contribution? Behaving in this mad way, raising slogans, parading outside Parliament, blocking the Prime Minister's chair, physically blocking the Prime Minister from speaking, quoting from an unpublished book written by a former army chief, which the army chief himself has put out a clear statement on, which contradicts you, but you won't mention that. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, the Rahul Gandhi opposition only wants to do tamasha. They are not doing their job. I often say that the most unfortunate thing for our country is that at a national level, we do not have an opposition. We do not have an opposition leader at the national level. What is this? If the opposition was serious, if Rahul Gandhi was a serious politician, he would have been talking about the Aravali issue, reading up about it, studying it, analyzing it, debating it, confronting people on issues. He would have discussed illegal infiltration, which he won't, because he wants the Muslim vote and he wants to turn the Congress party into a Muslim party. He would have discussed why India is still giving Pakistan a long rope during T20. I'm giving him that option because sometimes Rahul Gandhi is not capable of serious, comprehensive intellectual analysis in depth on any issue, on economics or strategy or geopolitics. But he would have talked about anything, maybe affordable housing schemes. Maybe he would have talked about India's space program or satellite security. He would have talked about why some recent space launches have not been successful, read up on that, raised those issues in Parliament and forced the government to have a meaningful discussion. But no, you see, Rahul Gandhi has this empty-headed view of life. I am from this family. I may know nothing, but I'll behave in this way and I'll be leader of the opposition. It is extremely unfortunate. It's not about blocking the Prime Minister. It's not about abusing people sitting on the steps of Parliament. It's not about behaving like a street-side troll. It's something much bigger than this. The bigger thing is, as a consequence of all this, and trust me, every individual opposition leader in private says today, I speak to many, that the greatest tragedy for us is that Rahul Gandhi is the leader of the opposition, at least technically. They won't say so in private, but in these circumstances, the biggest danger for India is that our country, the world's largest democracy, does not have an opposition, does not have an opposition leader. That hurts our democracy. Trust me, it hurts our democracy a lot.